Again, I think this kind of provides another challenge for us. Really good team, neutral floor, and kind of in the MTE time of year where you're playing for a championship. Obviously only a 4-team deal, and you got to win 2 games to do it. But a Wake Forest team I think is incredibly well coached. They have a couple really talented veteran players that have had a lot of success. TBD on what's going on in terms of Efton Reed's health. He didn't play last game and only 6 minutes or so the game before. But he's another really talented player that they have. So I think this will be a good challenge to see, how we perform against a team that's had success before. And again, neutral floor early, not a lot of time to warm up. It's just kind of one of those tournament-like atmospheres that I think will be unique for us, and since we haven't really had that yet this year. Both us and Wake Forest are going to be really excited to try to get that win on the first day to be able to play for the championship. But again, different environment, different experience. But I know our guys are really excited to get down there.
The familiarity of the matchup last year, how does that play on both sides, you think?
I know our guys are excited for the opportunity to play Wake again. We felt like we played relatively well for a majority of that game, and then to their credit, held us down the last 12 minutes of the game. Salas played great down the stretch, hit some big-time shots. They hit some timely threes. I didn't think we executed well enough down the stretch. We turned the ball over, and it's kind of an empty feeling leaving Wake last year. So to get them back, to get another opportunity to compete against them this year, our guys are looking forward to it. When we played them last year, they didn't have Efton yet either, so that changed them a little bit. The 2 guys that they lost were great players. Boopy Miller and then Carr. Both those guys were awesome players. That were really important to their deal, and those guys are hard to replace. And Spillers has been really good all year. I think he's been a huge positive for them. I feel like they've probably wished that they had somebody to replace Boopy a little better than what they've had, because he was 16 or 17 a game. He's really good, and so I feel like Hildreth and Salas are shouldering a majority of the load, and we have to do a great job of preventing them from hurting us. And obviously if other guys then step up and beat us, you got to tip your cap a little bit. And they have more than capable guys. Cosby's a great 3-point shooter. We cannot let him get going, right? We can't let him get threes up. Abbas is really tough on the glass. Juke Harris is a good freshman. They have a lot of good players, but again, if we can stymie their main 2 guys and make it really hard for them to be efficient, we will give ourselves a better chance. But what we can't do is let them get us, and then we're giving Cosby, 6 catch and shoots, and he's making 3 of them, and now we're chasing him down. But they play out of the ball screen a ton. They're trying to get Salas and Hildreth downhill. Both those guys continue to draw fouls at a really good rate. And, I think, if we do a good job on those 2, it'll give us the best chance to win.